Tonight's story is one that I've heard many times in the last few years. It's our first user submission from my uncle. For the purposes of this video, we'll call him Jim. So thanks, Uncle Jim. It had been 6 long months since I lost your Aunt Lisa. As you know, she was the love of my life. Everything I did to make our lives together happier and easier. The first few weeks after her death, the house seemed intolerably quiet and empty, but I had gotten used to moving through daily life without her. Mostly I filled my extra time putting together the puzzles we used to do together Sunday evenings. The deafening silence ceased one seemingly normal Tuesday night. I was washing the dishes after my typical mediocre dinner when the faucet handle suddenly jerked to the right and sprayed water all over the kitchen. I remember cussing as I scrambled to turn the handle back to its neutral resting place. After staring bewildered at the faucet for a minute, I cautiously resumed washing, convincing myself I must have bumped the handle. Over the next few weeks, a few more bizarre incidents occurred. One night I woke up drenched in sweat only to realize that all my blankets on the bed were in impossible knots. By morning, they were placed carefully back over the bed as if nothing happened. Another morning, I went to gather my suit for work, only to find the closet doors open to all of my suit coats on the closet floor. It was as if someone was sneaking in at night and doing little things to make me question my sanity. One rainy evening, I settled into my usual torn and faded recliner that your aunt loathed to kick back and watch Monday Night Football. Just as I clicked the remote to turn it on, the screen flickered wildly and let out an ear-piercing screech. I leapt up, heart pounding, and smacked the TV until the picture returned to normal. I almost passed out on my way back to my chair, where I sat and recovered from the shock before retiring for the evening. I didn't need to watch the game after all. Later that night, I lay in bed reading to calm my mind from the events earlier in the evening, when my reading light on the nightstand turned off on its own. Thinking the bulb had burned out, I lightly tapped the base of it just to check. To my shock, the lamp illuminated the room just as brightly as it had before. The most terrifying encounter occurred when I was making a midnight snack. I opened the drawer to get a fork, and I'm not kidding you, all the utensils inside suddenly flew out, clattering to the floor and all over the counter. It was like I was an actor on a horror movie set. I froze. I couldn't comprehend what just happened. I could no longer keep chalking up the bizarre incidences as coincidences or figments of my imagination. Not anymore. Though it seemed impossible, I wondered if it was your Aunt Lisa giving me signs that she was still with me. Uneasily, I found myself saying, "Lise, if you're here, please show yourself somehow without giving me a coronary." I didn't know what exactly I was expecting, but I needed some sort of reassurance that I wasn't losing my mind. The next day, a photo your cousin Sarah took of us at our vow renewal fell, or more like leapt, from the mantel. I picked it up, my mind racing and hands shaking. On the back, in handwriting I knew so well, were the words, "I'm here." Mandy, I couldn't believe what I had just seen. I can't be 100% sure that she didn't write those words on the back of that photo in her last days. But I also couldn't be 100% sure she hadn't somehow sent me the message I had asked for the night before. Alright friends, let me know in the comments below if you have had a similar experience, or send me an email to the address in the description, if you want your real paranormal story narrated by me. Thanks for hanging out with me this dreary Saturday. Please like and subscribe, it helps us small creators get seen.